Anybody else watch the Masters coverage on Sky Sports last night? I mean, I think it was absolutely dreadful last night. I'm not going to post any videos or anything like that because you seem to get done for posting videos about Sky Sports and all that, so I'm not doing that. But Faldo was absolutely abysmal last night. I used to like Faldo. I did used to like Faldo, and I thought in the early days on CBS or whatever he was on, he was actually quite good. Used to annoy me how he used to go darn and all that, and use darn it and all that, and sound like he's was like morphing into a Yank when he was, like the most British person you can wish to meet. His accent, but last night was dreadful. All he did was talk about himself last night. He basically slagged Bryson off about him not being able to play a soft shot, about he's too powerful, all sorts. And this guy's second in the majors. He was totally out of touch. And then they put him with Butch Harmon, and Butch Harmon was absolutely dreadful last night. I don't mind Butch, but he was absolutely unbelievable. He went on the night before. I know the night before he was talking about Phil Mickelson's sort of putter, and we all know Tiger. It's called the Tiger Slayer, the putter, and he was like talking like as if nobody knows this, and he called it the Tiger Killer, and it's just like he just tells these stories over and over again, like as if nobody else knows these stories. And last night he actually admitted live on air he didn't realise that it had been 11 years since Rory had last won a major. And I was like, what is going on here? But what was worse, I thought, was after it all, and Dame Laura Davis was like sitting back in a little chair, and she was asked about how is this a foregone conclusion where it's literally the match, Bryson versus Rory. And she turned around and said, no, there's a lot more capable people out there. You'll see probably Scheffler come back and, a lot of others, they're not ahead of everybody. And then all of a sudden, Bryson seemed to sort of do an interview claiming it was like the match, where it was Rory versus him. And then all of a sudden, about 5 minutes later, she was asked literally the same question, and she changed. She literally said that nobody else is literally coming back. It's the shootout between the two. And I just sat there thinking, what the hell is going on with this Sky Sports coverage? Literally none of them have a clue. Radar is fantastic. Don't get me wrong, Radar is fantastic. Even Nick Doherty, he's alright, he's just a bit too sort of, what's the word? Not photogenic, but sort of, I don't know, too, like, politically right. And, yeah, it's just all bollocks, if you ask me. I think we just need, I think Butch just needs retiring. And I think Faldo just needs wheeling back to wherever he goes 51 weeks of the year. Dame Laura, I think's had a day. Rich Beem, he's funny, but even Heath is dropping a few clangers. So yeah, I think it's time that they sort of sort this out. I think because they don't have a bloody clue.